Macmillan Audio presents The Secret Diaries of Charles Ignatius Sancho, written and read for you by Paterson Joseph.
Keep listening at the end of the audiobook, where I'll be in conversation with Mallory Blackman, author of Noughts and Crosses, discussing adapting novels for stage and screen, representing Black Britain, and how we write. To the son of my dreams, CJ. Author's note. This book was written to tell our story, yours and mine, whoever you are. I did not write this book to stir debate on the historical accuracy surrounding the presence of black people in the United Kingdom in ages past. The numbers are disputed, naturally. The presence is not. This only is my goal, to depict that presence in the form in which I met Oliver Twist, David Copperfield, and Jane Eyre, very personally and movingly. I feel I know them, when in truth they were wholly fictional characters, their stories created by an author, typeface on a page. My material, on the other hand, springs from documented history, and not just of one man, but of a people. I've taken a real person, Charles Ignatius Sancho, and performed an act of fiction on him. Why fictionalize the story of a real man? My aim was to avoid the lugubrious snares of a history-laden story full of choice educational snippets. The paucity of documentation on his life was also an incentive if his story was to be told in full. A dry history of what we know might be interesting to dip into, but let's face it, just wouldn't be as much fun for any of us. I won't apologize for seeking first to entertain, with a byproduct of enlightenment about the black presence in the United Kingdom in the 18th century thrown in. Grand ambitions, soft intent. This is an imaginative telling of the life of a black man who breathed London's air 200 years before I walked its streets. I was once timid about my place here in the UK, but researching Sancho's story for the last 20 years, and more, has given me a deep sense of belonging, of a shared history with a nation that sometimes ignores, sometimes rejects, my people's right to an equal role in its storytelling. More than anything, this book is an attempt to add to the growing canon of black historical fiction. The bonus might be that readers seek further study into this growing area of research, both historical and artistic. I urge anyone reading this who's been caught in the maelstrom of anger and misunderstanding that surrounds debates of British and English identity to momentarily lay those arguments aside with this book. It is right that we debate what have become divisive issues, the background whisper in every artistic or creative depiction of black people in situations some find incongruous. But congruity is my aim, to correct the colour balance that has allowed an historical distortion of British history to exist, leading to the majority of my generation presuming that Windrush 1948 was the start of black British history on this island. To the expectations of the reader who awaits a tale filled with whips and curses and rapes and murders of black people by white people in every chapter, you will not find much to please you here. To others who want pageant and a multicultural cast of larger-than-life characters sashaying unmolested through London, likewise. Nothing is skirted, but neither is this an American or strictly Caribbean tale. This isn't slavery porn, the insidious desire for violence to suffuse all stories involving black protagonists. This is the tale of a lucky African orphan who, despite being born in abject slavery, rose to become a leading light of the early abolitionist movement. A hero, a man, an African, an artist, erudite, wise, grand, flawed. I want to tell a story by the fireside that will enlighten, but more essentially delight you. I hope you smile, laugh, rage, and cry, and in those sentiments assure yourself that whatever the truth of our origins and place in the world, we can all agree that no one should be denied their freedom to belong where they were raised. Paterson Joseph, London, 1st of September 2021. If you adopt the rule of writing every evening your remarks
Sample complete. Ready to continue?